Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a brand new series called Mad for Mini Paper Pads. And if you're like me, you have a few of these lying around that maybe get forgotten when you are going with a new collection and you've got those full 12 by 12s and a ton of ephemera and stickers and stuff. I've had this, I don't even want to tell you how long I've had this, 2015, so had it for 8 years. It's called Pint Size Patterns, and the theme is Beachside by Lawn Fawn. And it has a whole slew of really pretty papers in here that are versatile and easy to use. And so this pad is going to go in my next Scrap Backwards kit. These papers I tucked in there because when I made my latest order from Lawn Fawn, these were included. And this blue might have some place on my page. So what I've done already is I've picked a sketch. I've got a background paper from my Scrap Backwards kit that's a really large scale grid, but it's going to help me kind of keep my frames or my photos and blocks, color blocks, which is what mine are going to be, straight on the page. This is a sketch by the fabulous Lisa Sikorski. It's bonus sketch number 2 in her sketchy recipe extravaganza that ran in the month of December. So I'm too late, I think, for entering anything, and I'm on the creative team, so I'm not eligible for prizes anyway. But I'm intending to go back, and I think there may be 1 or 2 other sketches I missed during the extravaganza, but I'm gonna get those done. So it's got frames, and I have just done a few layouts that pretty much depleted my supply of frames. So I'm going to use blocks of scraps. I've cut some mats for my photos out of some papers in the 6-inch pad, and I'm going to use these, maybe double up like a navy blue plaid over this orange and kind of make things that look like they're framed. And then I have a whole bunch of stickers and ephemera that are winter themed that kind of go along with the snowman cookies that are shown here. And our family, I also have some stickers from Evergreen and Holly, because it had this word, well, it has there's something on here that says cookies somewhere in there. Maybe this one does. I don't know what the title's going to be, but this says family traditions, and the tradition it's talking about here is that we make Christmas cookies after Christmas. So we made these cookies, I don't know, when the kids all got home from visiting their moms for Christmas holidays and so forth. So I'm going to start and let this be my main photo, and I don't want it smack dab in the center. So I'm going to kind of move it a little bit this way, and then I'm just going to start putting things down. I'm going to do that. I'm going to line it up that way. And then I've got this one that I'm going to put up here. And I miscut this, so I'm going to, rather than try to fix it, I'm going to embellish over it. So just in case you noticed it and thought I hadn't, that's the story there. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put this one here. And I'm going to figure out where my title goes. I'm thinking the title will go somewhere right in here, and I'm going to put it on there. I like, okay, there's the word cookies there, and there's holiday. So I'm going to title it Holiday Cookies. And then in my journaling, I will explain the tradition of doing them after Christmas. How that got started is that we would always make a road trip after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, when the kids were here with us all the time. James would let me take a couple of them on a road trip to see Patrice, and we'd make cookies to take a tin of cookies to her, for her and the staff who take care of her. So I'm going to do that, and that kind of shows me where I can put some more some blocks. That's not going where I want it to, and it doesn't go there anyway. Okay, so I had in mind that I might do this, and let's see, I don't have a vertical one running here, so that one could go there. I'm just going to glue it on there. Since the bottom's going to be hidden, I'm going to, instead of measuring and worrying a whole lot about stuff, I'm just going to cut it off right at the same line as the orange, and then kind of stick it down here. Actually, I'm going to do it here and have it sticking up above there, and then I'll have to cover all of that with embellishments. So I give myself embellishing challenges every time I do a page. I cut things wrong and take shortcuts and stuff like that. Okay, so there, and then I want a small one over here, and I think it's time to use this color, and I'm gonna cut it pretty close to square. And I'm gonna lift this up on a little pad of foam. That brown foam is not very thick, so I'm going to do a double layer of it, and I'm going to do this right here. I can line it up that way, and I'm going to do something down here. Maybe here's where I will use this. I'll do this one, use the blue or the navy diagonal stripe. I've got to get it lined up with that line so that I can be sure. Well, the paper itself isn't square. Is this one any better? Does that one line up? It does. So that's the one we're going to go with. There. And then it seems like I could use just a plain small orange one down here. And I'm not trying to follow the sketch exactly right now. I'm just using the point of the series is to use those 6x6 paper pads, so I'm just using the papers that I have left here. So I'm going to do that one. I think that one looks like it's sort of square. Let's see. There we go. Well, that's too close to the size of that one. I don't want the ends, any of the ends to come out the same. The fun is going to be adding the penguins and the snowman. Okay, there. Now, let me pull this thing that says Family Traditions, and I'm going to use it kind of right down here where the cut on the mat also, my trimmer may be signaling that it needs to be replaced because it's not cutting properly. It's hard to explain what it is doing. Okay, now in the original on the sketch, there are two areas of embellishment. There's one area that's going to, by necessity, is going to have to be heavily embellished right there. And there's another area right here, which I may move, you know, kind of up there. I'm also going to embellish this plain square, you know, these plain blocks. And this one will have some embellishment down at the bottom. So that's kind of all that I have in the way of plans. I have these stickers and these pieces of ephemera. Both are by Mrs. Brimbles, and they were designed last winter for a Dottie About Flair release. And of course, that's the Flair Hut nowadays. And I've got these 4 pieces of Flair that are in different colors of blue, and I'm keying off of these big M&M pretzel balls that are meant to be the buttons on the snowman, and they're, you know, kind of melting all over the place. So I'm gonna start with some fairly large embellishments. Kind of to kind of start building this here. And I'm gonna pull some of this tape because it doesn't need, these things don't need to be lifted too terribly high, and if they do, I can double them up. I just want them lifted somewhat. Okay, so he's gonna go there, and I'm gonna put a maybe this little guy nearby, like, and kind of raised up, kind of beside him. So he's drinking some hot chocolate there. And then I've got this little penguin that looks like he's reaching over to grab hold of some of the hot chocolate. And I'm going to add a snowflake. up there. Let's see, I've got this gray one or this blue one. I think we'll go with the blue one. And I'm going to put it on 2 layers of foam. And I will add there. I'll add a flare right up here, this one. And let's see, and it seems like I need a 3rd thing up there. Let's see what we have. I have another little snowflake, and I have a tree. That little tree beside it would work. And I like that it has some nice blue and white stripes, and it kind of goes over the frame. All right, so we've got that one decorated. Now, I love the this little guy's hat and scarf kind of match. I can put that tree there, or let's go with a gray tree there, and then this kind of beside it. Okay, let me put some foam. This is so much fun. I love doing, and for argument's sake, I'm going to call it a grid. It's a frame grid, but I like taking blocks and then adding fun things to them. So I'm gonna have this guy kind of, that tape's not out. I'm trying to see if it needs more than 1 layer, and I think it might. So I will do that. And I'm seeing this is kind of not staying down there, so I'll fix that. Okay. That is done. And I could add a piece of aqua flare there. I could do this blue here and this navy here. So I'm going to do the aqua flare, and then I may do a small snowflake kind of right there, just for the heck of it. Okay. Now, I need something here, and I thought maybe I would do a snow globe. There's this one that could go right there. This one seems to have prettier colors. This one that's a sticker. And if I do it there, I just need a small layer of foam there. Okay, and I have this little guy, which I think I might use down here. I'm kind of just checking to see what all I have left. Here's these two guys could go down here with this and another snowflake kind of right there. And then here, okay, we take this cute little guy right there, a little bird wrapped up in a scarf. Here, and I'll put this guy here with one of these snowflakes. Kind of doubled up on there, and maybe I could do another snowflake. I'm actually going to do a couple of overlapping hearts. Right down there. And then I'm going to go finish this one. There's plenty of room to do my documentation, listen to me. I'm thinking I'm a programmer that needs to do systems documentation. It's kind of the same thing, right? Let's see. Do that so that, okay. And I'm gonna fix that that area where the bear isn't staying stuck down. I'll do that. And I think other than a couple of, let's see. Okay. Is there anything else that I particularly need to use? I know that I wanted to use a couple things here. This making memories kind of works. And let me get a thin strip to go behind that. Struggling with that one. So where does this want to go? Maybe right here. And since that's Katybug, I of course need a ladybug. And here's where I wish I had a blue one or an orange one. And I did at one time. But we're going to have a shot of red here because I'm going to go ahead and use a red bug. And since the type on there is red, I'm going to put it right there. Okay, there's a thing, it says holiday baking. And I'm going to put this right there and just put it directly on the photo without the phone. And I think that's all I saw on here that I needed to use. I was trying to figure out how to use the word marshmallows on here, and I started to maybe use this cup and say hot chocolate and marshmallows, but I have another photo of hot chocolate being drunk, and that might work better for this, even though there are marshmallows on the cookies. Okay, and Lisa, I'm sorry I didn't follow the really nice, and I'm not sure where the right picture went. Let's see. There it is. I don't have the balance that Lisa has in hers, but I'm kind of okay with what's here. So I'm gonna say that's okay. I will do my journaling here. And what have I've used 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, and all I'm left with are these little scraps, which, since I have more of those in the full 6x6, those can go in the recycle bin. And I'm happy with my page. And I finally documented that fun night making those cookies. So, and by the way, they're peanut butter cookies, and you use royal icing. And I don't know about you, I had never used royal icing before, but it sets up really hard. So you really have to get the right consistency in order for it to look like it dripped, like the snowman melted. And then you use just little black tubes to do the eyes and the mouth and the arms. And those are pretzel M&Ms in those 2 blue colors. I think there are also some white ones in the bag. And then we found some little nonpareils, I guess they're called, sprinkles that they call it in ice cream shops. And we picked out the orange ones and stuck them into the marshmallows. And you can see the orange ones kind of down on the cookies where they didn't stick. So it was a messy looking bunch of things, but tasted delicious, way too sweet to eat any more than one. And I am reasonably certain that a fair number of these didn't get eaten. So thanks for watching. Bye.